Hackers begins in Seattle in 1988, and a SWAT team converges on a suburban home. Kinda reminds me of this.
Police officer, Lucy, put the gun down. Put it down now.
So the SWAT team busts in and arrests mega hacker Dade Murphy, whose AOL Instant Messenger name is Zero Cool, and Dade is being charged with numerous hacking crimes. Dade Murphy is public enemy number 1. He has repeatedly committed criminal acts of a malicious nature. He created a virus that crashed 1,507 systems, including Wall Street, single-handedly causing a 7-point drop in the New York stock market. But there's one obstacle, which may even be too much for Zero Cool to handle. Finishing the 5th grade. Watch 11-year-old Dade Murphy try to juggle the FBI and his social studies test on the new series Hack to School, only on UPN. So Dade's parents are ordered to pay a fine of $45,000, which, as an adult now, I'd be ruined. Like, I'd have to fake my own death. I cannot foot that bill for my own kid. And Dade himself is forbidden from using a computer or a landline phone until he's 18, which absolutely sucks for him because 1988 to 1995 was like the golden age for PC gaming. So we jump ahead 7 years to 1995, and Dade is now 18, and we see him hacking into a TV station. And he gets into a hacking turf war with another hacker named Acid Burn. And they communicate the only way hackers knew how in the 90s, by exchanging cryptic messages in like 97 font on each other's screens. What's crazy is that Dade has probably never played Myst. That is a way better way to spend your time than hacking so you can watch a VHS copy of an Outer Limits episode. Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to Distracted Gaming. So awesome to have you here today. Today's epic playthrough is the classic PC game Myst. We're really stoked about this one, and I think we're gonna have a lot of fun. All right, let's dive right into it. Ooh, it's like we're flying, huh? It's awesome. I love this game growing up, you guys. And if you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe, and please be sure to smash that like button. All right, let's get into this. Okay, so let's set all switches. All the water should be going towards this thing, but why is this elevator not working? I made all the water go to this pipe. This game makes me so mad. Oh my god, finally, after a month and a half, I have finally beaten this game.
We meet face to face. And the page, did you bring the page?
What?
You didn't bring the page.
What page?
Who are you?
Excuse me? I just spent the last 6 weeks trying to help you. Oh, I'm a fool? I'm not the one who got trapped inside a book. I mean, I did just now, but I'm not the one who got trapped inside a book first.
Welcome to Dade. You and I will live here. Forever.
Why didn't I save? Why didn't I save once? You know, I am hemorrhaging subscribers at this point. A thank you for trying would be nice. And so it's the first day of senior year at Dade's new school, and he meets the local hacking group. And you have Emmanuel Serial Killer Goldstein, played by the always lively Matthew Lillard, Kate Acid Burn Libby, played by Angelina Jolie, Joey, who's a novice hacker without an alias, and the Phantom Freak.
Please deposit $5 for the first minute. Thank you.
No, thank you.
Okay, now I know hacking can be complicated, so let me explain what's going on here. You see, that's what's known as a payphone. Those would be set up all over towns and cities, and you had to put solid metal currency or coins in them in order to make phone calls. Oh shit, and that thing that's in his hand, that is a tape recorder. He recorded this sound onto what is known as a cassette tape. And now, do you remember the hype for Super Mario Bros. 3 when it was first shown in The Wizard? Well, when people saw this early footage of Wipeout for the PlayStation, we were all like, oh, that wasn't just a fake game made up for the movie?
All right, what are the 3 most common used passwords?
Love, secret,
and sex.
Don't forget God. System operators love to use God. It's that whole male ego thing.
I miss the days when a password could be just a 3-letter word. Hacking must have been so easy in the 90s. Like, most people who were online were on AOL, and you could just send them an email saying you were Bill Gates and you needed their password, and they'd just be like, oh, okay. Also, can we all agree that this was the peak of the internet? Like, how awesome is that? Everything you need, organized so nicely. So Joey desperately wants to prove himself to the rest of the hacking gang, and so he goes after the holy grail of hacks, which is the Gibson supercomputer that controls Ellingson Mineral Corporation. And Joey's hacking is immediately discovered by the night security guard played by Penn Jillette. Why Penn Jillette, you ask? Because this is the 90s. If this movie took place in the 80s, this part would have been played by David Copperfield. And so then Penn calls the Ellingson computer security officer, Eugene Belford.
Mr. Belford?
My name is the Plague.
Okay, all hacking aside, this seems like it's official Ellingson business, so I think that would require your Christian name and not your internet handle. And see, I brought this up in my Twister breakdown, and Bill Paxton's character of The Extreme. It just sounds awkward whenever you have to address them.
Drop the. Just
Plague.
it's cleaner.
You know, this reminds me of when I thought I had an awesome AOL hacker username, and I chose Predator38. Predator because my favorite movie was Predator, and 38 because that was my football number. Unfortunately, it was pointed out to me it would give people the impression that I was a 38-year-old sex pest. But I was like, no. It's like I'm the predator, and the rest of the internet was my prey. Yep, I hear it now. Okay, yeah, it was a bad one. It was a bad one. And so all Joey's trying to do is get proof to his friends that he was able to hack the Gibson. And so he searches for a garbage file to download. And like, I'm not sure why the 90s thought this was the best operating system for computers. Like, this is worse than the one in Jurassic Park. Like, how are you supposed to find and open Winamp? And as someone who worked in IT, this kind of setup would be pure hell from a troubleshooting standpoint.
Thank you for calling Cyberdyne Industries. This is The Heap. How may I help you? Yeah, I'm trying to get into this file on my wife's computer, and I gotta tell you, your guys' system is terrible. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry to hear that, sir. I don't want your sorries. I just want you to fix your damn system. I gotta log in here once a month. I don't want to fly around a virtual city. I just want to find the folder where my wife keeps the damn bank statements.
So the Plague is able to trace the call, and Joey hides the disk in his vent. And meanwhile, the other hackers take the new guy hacker to meet yet another hacker.
Lord Nikon, this is Crash Override.
I love that this is not an ironic interaction. They are 100% serious.
Never heard of you. Saw anything?
I downloaded an episode of The Drew Carey Show from a torrent site. It took like 6 days.
Did your mom buy you a pewter for Christmas?
I mean, probably. That's how I got my computer. So Lord Nikon lets them in and they watch what I'm guessing is a public access show called Hack the Planet, hosted by Razor and Blade. It would come on in between the Red Green Show and Are You Being Served?
We're all to be replaced en masse.
My horoscope said I was going to get a new position. But I interpreted it quite differently.
Oh, Mr. Humphreys. And so Joey gets raided by the FBI, led by Agent Gill, played by just the venerable workhorse, Wendell Pierce. Like, this dude is great in everything.
We had us a community. Nobody, no victim who didn't matter. And now all we got is bodies and predatory mother like you. And out where that girl fell, I saw kids acting like Omar, calling you by name, glorifying your ass. Makes me sick, mother. How far we done fell.
And then you have Agent Ray, played by freaking Mark Anthony, because again, it was the 90s. I don't know. He had a song, I guess.
Sir, we got an uncorrupted hard drive.
In English, please.
That's actually the most straightforward computer term ever. Even people that refer to the computer as the modem would understand what that means. And at an Ellingson board meeting, the Plague tells them that the person who hacked their system planted a virus in the system called Da Vinci.
The ballast program for a supertanker training model mistakenly thought the vessel was empty and flooded its tanks.
Excuse me.
The little boat flipped over.
The Plague tells them that the hacker is demanding $5 million or else they'll capsize 5 more Ellingson tanker ships that are currently out at sea. But we soon learn that the Da Vinci virus was planted by the Plague because the garbage file that Joey downloaded was actually a worm that the Plague had hidden in the system in order to steal $25 million from Ellingson. And it would do that by transferring fractions of a penny from every Ellingson transaction and placing it into an account owned by the Plague and the executive Margot.
It's like Superman 3.
So that night, the hackers go to a party at Kate's house, and you guys haven't hacked anything in like a half hour. Are you going to be okay?
Has a killer refresh rate.
P6 chip. Triple the speed of the Pentium.
Yeah, it's not just the chip, it has a PCI bus.
You know what's funny is that computer would probably not even be able to play Farmville. And Joey gives the disc to Freak for safekeeping, but the feds arrest them both. And the hackers need to figure out what's on the disc so they can clear their names, but Joey wasn't able to complete the file transfer before he got disconnected. So you know what that means. There's only one thing: hacking in a time lapse. So Dade discovers the Plague's plan, but they need the complete file in order to prove it, and they need to stop the Da Vinci virus.
I'll hack the Gibson.
Look, even if you had the password, it'll take you 10 minutes to get in, and you still gotta find the files, man.
With me, we can do it in 7.
We both screwed. I help we do it in 6.
Jesus, I gotta save all your asses. I help. We could do it in 5 minutes.
So I guess the number one rule of hacking is that each hacker reduces hacking time by 1 minute. But hey, if you all use the same keyboard, then baby, you can get it done in 4. Just crazy enough to work. So they decide that they need help, so they go to recruit Razor and Blade.
If I were us, I get on the internet.
A hacker getting on the internet? Baby, that's just crazy enough to work.
Ready?
Yeah.
All right, let's boot up.
And so they need to plant several viruses into the Ellington system in order to buy them time so they can find the Da Vinci Code and copy the worm.
Run antivirus. Give me a systems display.
Run an antivirus. Baby, that's just crazy enough to work.
Rabbit is in the administration system.
Send a flu shot.
Rabbit, flu shot, someone talk to me.
A rabbit replicates till it overloads a file, then it spreads like cancer.
Cancer?
They're going for the kernel.
Kernel who?
The system command processor. It's the brain.
Cancer, brain cancer.
Alfred, what's going on?
In short, Duke, a shitstorm.
Shitstorm? I don't even know what you mean. Like a tornado made of poop? What even is that? And the hackers of the world unite. But at the last moment, they're able to virtually fly through the mainframe and locate the correct garbage file. They manage to copy the entire garbage file and blow up the virtual cityscape that makes up Ellington's version of Windows 95. And the FBI catches up to them and arrests them. So Agent Gill is holding a press conference when Serial hacks the airwaves and exposes the Plague and Margot's plan.
Comedy of errors. I don't even know how to work a VCR, let alone a computer.
Yeah, we believe that. Trust me, no one thought you were the brains of this operation.
Here you are, Mr. Babbage. Flight time to Tokyo should be about 14 hours.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Why the hell didn't they arrest the Plague before he got on the plane? Now you have to fly for 14 hours to get to Tokyo, and then 14 more to get back home. Frog Dog Cigarettes presents Hacking for Fun and Profit. Meet Bill. Bill had to drop out of high school after getting trapped in a loveless marriage with a strumpet that is definitely cheating on him with Bill's manager at the grocery store named Ted. Look at that pathetic nothing. He can't even hit a curveball. So Bill sets a plan in motion to hack into the supermarket's mainframe in order to steal $25 million. Step 1. He needs to find a phone booth. Phone booths are the pinnacle of communication devices and will never be obsolete. If you're watching this video in the future, then you'll most likely find one at a teleportation hub or a flying car dealership. I'm sorry, I can't speculate too much because I only have a 4th grade education. My father thought it would be best to pull me out of school to help him sell phonograph needles door to door. Wave of the future, he said. Anyway, step 2. Get the bulkiest laptop you've ever seen and connect to the payphone. Somehow. Maybe magic. I don't know. Again, I can't speculate. My brain doesn't work that well. I spent my formative years getting doors slammed in my face because the drunk who named me thought he was a shrewd businessman. He wasn't. The phonograph was replaced almost immediately. Where was I? Oh yeah, step 3. Just type stuff. It doesn't matter what, and nothing the hackers ever type seems to show up on the screen. It's just commands in the background, apparently. You just type until 4 in the morning. I remember staying up till 4 in the morning to study phonograph needles so I could be a better salesman. You know what I learned? It's literally just a needle. Getting sidetracked. Step 4. Get a cool hacker name. Something that will strike fear into the hearts of any other hacker that tries to invade your turf. Maybe like Predator 38, because you see, you are the predator, and the rest of the internet is your prey. Kind of like how my father was the predator of Canterbury Street, and all those poor widows were his prey. And finally, ask your friends and family members if they want to buy some phonograph needles. Seriously, I live above a bowling alley and my apartment is filled with boxes of these things. You don't even have to use them on a phonograph. As I stated earlier, they are literally just needles. They can do any function that a normal needle can do. Please, Frog Dog Cigarettes does not pay me enough to live.